good morning, y'all. We are just so happy to have you here in this absolute beautiful month of November. I don't know about you all, but we're set to break some warm records. And I'm super excited. Gina, you left when we have the best November in years. So we're going to have 50s and 60s here in Minnesota all the way through Thanksgiving. So yay, I'm super excited. However, I'm wearing the wrong outfit. But how many of you had this poncho? From past? No? Oh,
I don't have it, but I'm getting it.
yes. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Who's already getting theirs in an order drop coming ASAP? Fabulous. All right. So our first call, didn't mean to go here, but I'm going to go here. Leaders, you want this to be your uniform every single day. If you do not own one, you have to earn one. It's the 7th of the month. It's got to get in an order today. It's got to order drop. We need you to be marketing this ASAP, right? So that's my first call to action, and we didn't even take action yet. But I want to welcome you all to the action planning webinar for leaders, November, last 8 weeks of the year. Can't even handle it, but it's true. Jackie P and I have a fun day planned for you. Not a day, we've got a couple of hours or minutes, I should say, not even hours. We are here to have a fun planning session with you today. So make sure you've got a calendar, your notebook, get ready to go. But before we even take you to November, we want to reel it back to last weekend. We have with us many of our top tippy tops of the nation. We had a total of 46 leaders in the nation out of over 2,000. Okay, so you guys were literally in the top, I don't know percentages, where's my math whiz, Jackie P, but anyway, you were in a top, I know my brain just went, whoa.
Like 0.00001%.
Like top 3%, 2% of the entire nation of our leaders who held their title or grew their title and sponsored during a 3-month, I believe it was, campaign this fall earned their way to the leadership retreat. This is our first annual. We will be having them year after year. You go one time, you graduate, and we open the door for the next top in the nation and the next top until we continue to grow new directors, new ambassadors. So before I go further on listing to them, we do want to thank Vicki Hacking. We chose our top growth ambassadors. So for all you all who went and you want to come back, the goal is to get to ambassador and be our mentors. So we had 4 beautiful mentors that were our ambassadors that were there with us. And we do want to say, oh, thanks, Jack. It was top 3% of our leaders. And we do want to say thank you to Vicki Hacking for representing the general market. So our goal is next year we have a new general market ambassador in place, right? That will represent us. So we just say thank you for that. Most importantly, you are the stars of the United States of 2023. So with us on camera, we've got Sandra and Gina and Gail and Cheryl and Carol that were there with us. Let's see, Jackie, who are we missing? We had Norma Lopez, we had Jackie Elves. I'm going up and down our table.
Norma, Jackie, who else was there?
Jamie.
Gosh,
Michelle
Jamie Cruz,
Ainsworth,
Michelle
Ainsworth.
Michelle
Ainsworth.
That might be it. Didn't we have? Do we have 8 or 11?
9.
9.
So we say thank you so much. Jackie and I got to split our time there. She went in early, I went in late. And so we just had one of the most incredible times, but it was because of you. So we have asked these phenomenal leaders, the tippy tops of the USA, to share with us what their experience was, what was their best takeaway, whatever they would like to take a few moments to share. So we're going to go open mic and have at it. And Jackie will call on you if you don't. So anyway, yeah. So thank you for joining us. Let's hear from you, the best of the best. Congrats for being there. Take it away.
I'll start with what I was saying earlier that I was going to share. I forgot we were going to have this time. This is Sandra. For those of you that are on the phone, may not be able to see us. And this was just an incredible, awesome event. And I really want to see everyone get the opportunity to go to this. But during this one, we had an Olympic athlete, Noelle Picus Pace. I hope I'm saying that right. And she was a skeleton athlete. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like the bobsled, only without like all the sides to it. It's just the skeleton part of the bobsled. And
they go head first because they're lunatics.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right. They go head first and they steer the thing. Their arms are tucked in under their body. So they steer it with their shoulders and their knees. And then they can use their feet a little bit to, like, I don't know, slow down or something. I'm not sure. I didn't catch all that. But it's a dangerous sport. And she silver medaled in it. And she came and spoke to us, passed around her medal. I have never held an Olympic medal. It was the most amazing thing. And she told us a couple things. One was she got hurt on the most dangerous run that was in Germany. And she got hurt to the point where her bone was sticking out of her leg. And she had her surgery and everything. She looked at her leg after waking up and just started crying. And the doctor came in, a female doctor, and she said to her, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "You have two choices. You can be upset, or you can pick up, accept what's going on, and keep going. But crying is not going to help anything." And it really hit me. I mean, it was certainly not your best bedside manner, but it really helped Nicole to, Noelle, I'm sorry, not Nicole, but Noelle, to really kind of stop and take a look. And it helped me to go, you know what? None of us needs to be belly aching and crying about things. We just need to move forward. We don't need to waste time complaining about stuff. We just need to go, okay, that person's not doing that. Let's move on and keep going. And then quickly, the other thing was about, she said she talked to her coach because she felt like there was a lot of pressure and distraction getting back out there. And he said, well, if I took a 2-wide plank and spanned it across a room on the floor there, would you walk across it? And she said, yeah. He said, could you jog it? She said, yeah. Could you run it? Yeah. He goes, what if I place it 1,000 feet in the air, like over the Grand Canyon? Could you walk it? She was like, and he goes, could you jog it? Could you sprint it? I don't know. And he said, why not? And of course, she said, fear. And fear, when we focus on the fear, we forget what we're capable of. So it's something great for our consultants to hear too, because that's what they're mostly focused on. We've kind of, as leaders, kind of gotten past that point, and we go ahead and open our mouth and say something for the most part. But a lot of our consultants, especially brand new, have a lot of fear. So it was really cool. There were so many great things there. The personality thing that Jackie Pepe did. And then we had breakout rooms and we got to go to all of them instead of choosing one. And so all 4 of our breakout rooms were amazing. I learned how much I've got to really figure out and understand the compensation plan, especially now with the pre-manager as well, and all the possibilities and all the places you can go wrong. You guys, we really need to study that. So it was a fantastic time. I loved it. The food was amazing. Just had a great time with all the people. It was good.
Love it. Sandra, thank you. And I love it. So Jackie's personality test was showing in our faces. So Jackie's over there. Weren't you blue, Jackie?
I'm the bluest blue that was ever
Yeah,
a blue.
she's over there crying the way that the doctor spoke to Noelle, and I'm over here like, yeah, I'm red. No, I just tease it. Yeah,
Our red jay and our blue jay.
I know, right? And you were in a room filled with red people, right?
Oh yeah, everybody was red. It was like
I was
all the
blue.
reds, and then like 3 or 4 of us blues, 1 yellow, and like 2 greens. No, 1 green, and she wouldn't stand up because she doesn't like being single.
Right.
So green. She's so green.
It was sweet.
I love it. But Sandra just brought out a little bit of red, I see. So she's going to mix her blue and her red. She's going to be purple, which is great. Freddie's favorite color. So it's great.
Yes.
So anyway, all right. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else? Vegas. Go ahead, Carol. I see your hand. Take it away, and then we'll go to Tina.
Yes, the silver medalist of Sochi Olympics 2014, Noelle Pincus Pace, was great. I want to get a copy of the poem that she read forwards and backwards. I think Sandra got a picture of it, and I hope you guys have it because it is so great about your attitude. And she says, you have a choice. You need to intentionally choose to create success. And to talk about one of the best healers is to have a gratitude journal. And I did a little bit of that yesterday on my Facebook profile about what are you grateful for? Write it in the comments. And I wrote what I was grateful for, a lot of things. And Jasmine was wonderful, our digital marketing chief or whatever she is. And by the way, Jasmine is going to go to a lot of different places in the US to teach us more about our digital marketing and our social media platforms. So stay tuned. I'll let other people add to it because I could add so much more, and we want to leave some for the rest of you. I'm trying to be a blue and a red.
Love it. Thank you so much, Carol. Appreciate it. All right, Gina O'Neill.
Okay, actually, it ditto on both what Sandra and Carol has said. I totally agree. It was totally inspiring and absolutely motivated me, especially about Noelle. So we have already kind of mentioned about how wonderful she is, and also, yes, the silver medal, that was awesome to hold it. It's like the weight of the world is in your hand. And you just kind of like, oh, I've got to get this because it represents everything that we want to accomplish and do. So that is what it symbolizes for me. But actually, the fun part is about the color chart, the personality. I'm a total red.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, surprise, surprise, right? But anyways, just helping me to find out, you know, the traits and what I have, and then to learn about how other people, what they have. I believe that really will help me be a better leader because it helps you analyze and diagnose some of the traits that they have in their personality and to be able to blend. So that was excellent. And one more thing that I absolutely love was the last breakout session, math. You know, we don't work on our math very often. And I was a little slow on that because I usually like that. But anyways, just to have that focus because the money is out there and we just don't want to leave it on the table. And to have that and to just have that right there in the top of your brain and to be able to focus and spew it out so that you can just say, hey, you know, it can happen for you. It's really simple math, really, is what it is. It's not complicated. So why are we making it so complicated? So those are my takeaways.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Carol.
So can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, darling.
Okay. Yeah, I am on my way to a grand opening for a consultant. So what I tell you, if we could go to that hotel every time we go to Vegas, I wouldn't mind going to Vegas at all. It was a fabulous place to meet and to learn. Some of the highlights for me were meeting Vicky Cervantes. She was there with us. What a dynamo she is. We are so lucky to have her. And she is crystal clear in where she sees Jafra going. And that really ties into one of the key takeaways I had, which so many of the ambassadors use the word focus. Focus, that you've got to know where you're going. You've got to focus on where you're going and not get distracted by all the minutia that surround you, but just to stay focused. And Noelle also brought that up when she said that, you know, where you're looking is where you're going to go. And so you need to look where you want to go. But, you know, wherever you're looking is where you're going to be. So it was wonderful to be with everybody. It was wonderful to have some, you know, some insights as to what's going to happen next year with the focus on skincare. And it was just a great shot in the arm. It was just a wonderful, wonderful session. And just really, it was just well worth the time, well worth taking a red eye home.
Yeah, I think you were one of the last ones out. No, that's not true. I saw Aldo at the airport. He was at 10 o'clock. So I love it. No, thank you. And it was a beautiful, this Marriott was unheard of. It was absolutely phenomenal. And they did a great job. Beautiful dinner for all of you. It was just fabulous, fabulous. So thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Gina. Appreciate you, Carol and Sandra, sharing so far. Let's take this over to Gail.
Well, I'm gonna say ditto to all of it, but it's interesting how in a group of the same amount of women saw the same thing, but we take away different things. And although those were very powerful, meeting Vicky and her humbleness and her heart really touched me. And like Cheryl said, the vision of Jafra is now. Looking at, obviously where you look is where you go. So setting your own intentions, your own goals, your own beliefs is really, really powerful. And it's not just big pie in the sky intentions. It's doing better than you did yesterday. If you talked to one yesterday, you talk to two today. If you sponsored yesterday, you sponsor two today. So it's always, your competition is yourself and bringing you a better you. Focus. Holding that gold medal in your hand. I mean, seriously, like Sandra said, never been able to hold that. And I felt the energy and the passion that she carried, and it was heavy. And so I had no idea. I thought it was just some kind of, you know, whatever our intentions, our thoughts are. But actually holding it, I felt that excitement and that energy that she carried deep in her heart, and the belief that even though everybody all around her, Noelle, told her that this was the hardest, you're never going to do this, you're never going to do this, she focused and finished the silver. And so she said, and she was pregnant through one of those breaks. So she had a definite goal. There's always going to be distractions, whether it's kids, whether it's job, whether it's husband or wife, or there's always going to be distractions. So make your list of what you're grateful for and keep focusing on what you have and not what you don't have. 1% better today than you were yesterday. And then one other thing that I wrote down that really stood with me. Expanding your network to grow outside your current network. So we stay in our comfort zone just because it's easy. We know how to manipulate around it. So stepping outside, 1 foot in, and it gets easier as you go. You never learn to ride a tricycle without training wheels. So you take the training wheels off and then you can ride the bike, and then you get to a 10 speed, you know. So it's all a growing process. And I am just so grateful and honored that I was able to be a part of the first leadership retreat. And I only wish all of you could be there.
I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It really, truly was just remarkable. And it was the audience. It was so intimate. We're not here to make it bigger because it's the intimacy. It was a small enough group you could learn from each other, right?
I think that's too what made it so special, because everybody was able to network. And
it was
from one another. Gabby said, I'm going to post it on my computer. Learn from people who are doing what you want well. So if you want this, follow those people. So
And Noelle said that as well.
yeah,
She went and learned from the Olympus medal achievers, right? She didn't just go, oh, I wonder what I should do. She hired the coaches who coached them. She knew where she was. So we begin with that end in mind today. Her opening line and slide was, first, you must know what success looks like to you. If you don't, you're just wandering. So what does that look like? Number 2, summarizing all of them if you want a quick summary board. Cheryl said this one, where you look is where you're going. If you're looking at your retail sales leaders, that's where you're going. If you're looking at your team sales, that's where you're going. If you're looking at ambassador, that's where you're going. And so where you look is where you're going, right?
If you're looking
And-
at your tail, that's where you're going, backward.
Yeah, exactly. Because to that line that Jackie just said, there are only 2 choices, to look backward or to move forward. And you're choosing it every second, every hour, every day. That's that attitude I think Sandra talked about, right? In the beginning. And again, I think Cheryl brought this one out. Do something small and different every day. That's what I think Gail brought it up again. That's that 1%. Doing a little different, something new or better every day, that 1% adds up to a medal. Because the color of the medal isn't what matters. The medal represents that you did your very best effort every day. So if your career was ending with Jafra, what color is your medal, but what does it represent, right? So, and it's so cool because you know what? How many of you were in San Francisco on that trip? Anybody who was there with Mr. Compost when we first met him in San Francisco? Okay. Do you know his first line? When he has spoken to any of us anytime, he says it every single time. Jackie's new this year. She's heard Vicky say it. She's heard Mr. Compost say it. He said it at convention again. His sons say it. As a company employees and field, every person, if we all do something better and different every day, the momentum of growth is an unstoppable company. And here was Noelle in her very first slide talking about that. So we thank and congratulate our Las Vegas class of 2023. You made us so proud. And now we get to watch you grow. For all of you all, set your sights. It's all about title, advancement, right? It's all about sponsoring, and don't do it for those 3 months. Have the momentum so you're earning a national trip, you're earning the retreat, you're earning Thailand. It is about leader growth and sponsoring growth that will grow Jafra, that will grow you, your commissions, your future. But it's all about who's at this next year. Who will be sitting at the table that's from your team? Gabby Gutierrez had 6 leaders there. That is the vision of where you're going, right? And for those of you who went, now you have a year to develop your new leaders and current leaders to be there. That's the purpose of a leadership retreat. So I'm going to end this recording, so bear with me because it has a little hiccup in stopping, and then we're going to go to our second segment, okay? Thank you all for sharing. Jack, anything you want to add? Because I wasn't with you. Well, I was there, so anything else you wanted to add?
Look, I had the best time sharing with you guys, and the intimacy of the event made it so special. And being able to look in everybody's eyeballs and hear the delay of translation while I talked or while anybody else talked, it was kind of fun. But being able to look in everybody's eyeballs and know they were all there for the common goal of moving forward was just really, it was really special. And I'm glad that I got to be there with you guys even for just a short time. So yay.
And Jackie and I will be bringing you some of those sessions. And one you'll see today, we've heard a couple of times, you're going to have those little mini sessions throughout the next couple of months. Okay, so we want to do that. We want to bring you those topics, totally different than being there live, but there are some really huge values to all the breakouts, team building activities that we did. Okay, so we're going to bring you little snippets of those along the way as well. So thank you so much. This now ends our segment number 1.